Welcome, spiritual friends. Today we're talking about procrastination and perfectionism. We have a wonderful question. What is it?
Yes, so the question is, I believe my challenges are being a perfectionist and a procrastinator. I'm a person who is determined or good at what she does, but doesn't have the energy or motivation to keep doing the same task or skill for too long without getting bored or less comfortable.
Right. Well, perfectionism and procrastination are like evil twins. They're the evil twins. Perfectionism leads to procrastination. And the reason that happens is because when we try and get things perfect, it has to be just right, it has to be perfect, then we're afraid of failing, right? Because there's either perfect or not perfect. And when we're afraid of failing, then the only thing we can really do is not do anything. Because if you want it to be perfect first time, which is not going to happen, and your only option is to be perfect or fail, right, and you don't want to fail, then you're not going to do anything. So perfectionism leads directly to procrastination. It's a huge problem. But in life, we have to remember that to be successful at anything requires practice, 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 practice. And a large part of practice, frankly, is screwing things up and learning from our mistakes. I'll give you an example. When I first started making coffee, I like to go to the coffee shops and have espresso, and I realized I should probably have this at home, right? So I got an espresso machine, not this one, a different one, and I made so many espressos, it was ridiculous, to the point that I actually broke the machine, right? It took me a long time because making a good espresso with lots of crema is actually quite a skill. And so after, a day of trying stuff out, seeing what actually worked, and I became a bit kind of obsessed about this. I have to get it just right. After enough practice, I learned what's going on with these machines, and now I can make great espresso very, very easily. But it took tons of wasted coffee down the sink, and I drank way too much coffee on that day and just totally spun out. So failing led to the skill, but none of this skill of making coffee would be possible without failing. And this is the same for absolutely anything. We have to practice, whether it's meditation, you have to practice, and your mind's all over the place and nothing makes any sense. And then you keep doing it and you start to experience all this joy and peace and bliss, and you're like, oh my God, this is incredible. But that doesn't come right away. It comes after time and patience. So perfectionism leads to procrastination. If we give up perfectionism, then procrastination disappears by itself.
What do you want to know?
We want to know all about procrastination.
I was just saying that I think it is really contextual and case by case, because for one person, not moving forward with something is necessary, and the message for that soul may be that it's time to step back and stop doing and just integrate or be working with something else. And then for other souls, they're blatantly dragging their feet with something and not doing it. So it honestly is completely case by case, and I think it's something that each of us, and anyone watching this, you have to search within your own conscience to really ask and know what's true for you. Are you procrastinating? Are you listening within to what's needed right now? Is there a divine timing with your project that is requiring you to take a step back first? I don't know what the answer for you is, but you ultimately know in your own conscience, and you can pray and meditate to know what the truth is for yourself.
Is the thing that you want to do worth doing at all? Because I've noticed that when I have major procrastination, a lot of the reason is that I'm just not meant to do that thing in the first place. So we're worth asking ourselves, is it really procrastination? Is it really perfectionism? Or is it just a waste of time? Because procrastinating on a project or a situation that isn't worth doing in the first place isn't procrastinating, it's just being sensible. So for example, if I was procrastinating on dancing around a tree all day long, you might say, well, there's no point dancing around a tree all day long, so it's not really procrastination, I'm just saving my time, myself some embarrassment. Another thing when it comes to procrastination and perfectionism is that realistically everything takes time. Look at this lovely rose here, right? All these roses, they take time to grow. You can't force it to grow. And many of the things in life that we may be procrastinating on, it might not be the right time to do it. The timing of life sometimes is off. So we have to consider that on the one hand, things take as long as they do. If something's going to take 6 months, you can't get it done in a day. You can't get it done in a week. You can't get it done in a month. It's going to take as long as it does. So sometimes we might think we're procrastinating, but we're actually not able to do the thing that we need to do. So you can ask yourself, are you capable of it? Is it even practical? Or are you trying to do something that's impossible?
Perfectionism is really an idea in our minds as well, because someone might look at a tree and say that is such a perfect tree, it's perfect in every way, it's beautiful, and someone else might look at it and say that tree's just off, it doesn't look right, something's wrong with it. So nature's is wiggly wobbly, imperfect. It's not what is perfect, right? It's not these like straight lines. It moves, it flows, it changes, it goes at its own rhythm. With hindsight in life, we often think, I'm not getting this done on time in the perfect way, and then life unfolds. A year later, we look back and say, that was perfect. That worked out in the way it needed to. So I would work with releasing this idea of perfect. That's just that. It's this construct in your mind, and go for wholesome, go for loving, go for peaceful, go for beautiful. An expression coming from that energy is going to unfold in a wonderful way.
Another thing related to perfectionism and not being able to get things done is the capacity to go from an idea all the way through to completion of that idea. I was just getting interviewed for this book, Get It Done, this morning, just before this video, and one of the things that came up is, how do you go from an idea all the way through to actually completing that thing completely right to the end, so it's totally finished, checked off, and everything's done? It's not easy to do that because we get ideas and then we lose motivation, we start to get distracted. I think distraction's the biggest one. You start an idea, it's all fun, then you get another idea and do something else, or you get bored. So how do we actually follow through from where we begin all the way with the ups and downs, all the challenges through to the completion? And in this book, and the reason I wrote this book is because when you have a system of making sure you don't give up halfway through, then you actually get to the end result. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. I wrote this book initially for myself because I had the same problem, and I've had to overcome it by setting up a system and having accountability. And I've explained how the system works, how you figure out your idea, how you're going to do it, how you're going to make sure you take action, setting up accountability. All these steps are there in another video, and of course you can buy the book, which also comes with a free course that goes into this in great detail. So check that out in the other video, or check out the book.
So we hope this video has helped you. This is a wonderful book right here that does really help if you are in procrastination and you know it and you feel it in your conscience that you are dragging your feet. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like it, share it, send it to a friend maybe who needs to hear it. And we look forward to connecting with you soon. So we're sending you a lot of love and many blessings. And we hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. You knew all along you were going to be a YouTube star. So you're like, I have to go to this family. I have to get on YouTube.
Is he procrastinating?
No, he's in his own divine timing.
He's in his own perfect.
And it might appear imperfect to others, but it's perfect to him. It really is. He's in his own process.
He's being a perfect
He's being
rabbit.
a perfect, beautiful, cooperative boy.